I'm going to ask you a question, and the answer might make you uncomfortable, but if you keep watching, I'll tell you things nobody has ever told you. Be patient and stay with me until the end of the video. Now think about this. Two friends who lived in the same neighborhood, in the same houses, went to the same school, worked in the same profession, earned almost the same salary when they reached age 65. One retired with $1.85 million and the other with $230,000. The difference wasn't luck, intelligence, or some secret investment strategy. The difference was entirely just a few small decisions made in their 40s. And today I'm going to show you exactly what those decisions were. If you're between 35 and 55 right now, closing this video might be the most expensive mistake of your life. Keep watching. I've looked at people's retirement plans for decades, and let me tell you this. People are focusing on the wrong decade. Everyone says you need to start early in your 20s. Everyone talks about being disciplined in your 30s. But the real battle is either won or lost in your 40s. I'm going to prove that to you today. Let's pause for a second. On this channel, I publish exactly this kind of video. I tell you the financial truths that will change your life. If this is valuable to you, subscribe and hit the bell, because the next video is going to be even more important than this one. Now let's continue. Once you understand this math, everything falls into place. There are three forces, and they align in your life only once, right in your 40s. The first force, peak earning period. For most professionals, income reaches its highest point between ages 42 and 55. These are the highest numbers of your life in absolute dollar terms, and you probably won't reach this point again. The second force, remaining compounding time. At age 40, you still have 20 to 25 years until retirement. That's enough time for your money to roughly quadruple based on historical market returns. $1 invested at 40 becomes about $4 at 65. $1 invested at 50 only reaches $2.50. At 55, just $2. Every passing year, this multiplier shrinks rapidly. Your 40s are the last decade when compounding still works in a truly meaningful way. Money you put in at 42 works much harder for you than money put in at 52. The third force, expense stability. By the time you reach your 40s, many of your major expenses have either peaked or started to decline. The kids have grown up, the household budget has eased, the capsule wardrobe is set, appliances and furniture are still relatively new. Your income went up, but your spending went down. This stability creates a margin that didn't exist in your 30s. The real question is, how will you use that margin? Will you save it, or will lifestyle inflation swallow it whole? When these three forces come together, they create an unusual leverage effect. The person who captures this alignment can build serious wealth. The one who misses it faces mathematical constraints that nothing can compensate for. Now, everything I've told you so far was theory. Now I'm going to show you the real numbers, and I believe these numbers will shock you. Imagine someone who reaches age 40 with $150,000 in savings, earns $130,000 per year, and can save 15% of their income, roughly $19,500. If they truly save that 15% from age 40 to 65 and invested in diversified index funds returning 7% per year, they'll accumulate approximately $1.6 million at retirement. Combined with Social Security, which as of 2026 has risen to an average monthly retirement payment of $1,976, a comfortable retirement is well within reach. But if they only save 5% in their 40s and then bump it up to 15% at 50 when retirement feels more urgent, they end up with around $920,000. Just a decade of lower contributions creates a $680,000 gap. And now let me tell you the real investment killer here. This gap doesn't come from bad investment decisions. It comes from something impulsive: a bigger house, a more expensive car, a slightly nicer vacation. Once you have all these things, there's very little left worth investing. Now I'm going to show you 5 wrong decisions. Each one looks innocent on its own, but together they destroy your retirement. Ready? Decision 1. Housing. In 2026, the median home price in America is hovering between $405,000 and $436,000, but in neighborhoods where upper middle income families live, hitting $550,000 is ordinary. In your 40s, the urge to upgrade your living space is powerful. The kids have grown up, you need more space, you've earned a home that reflects your success. But here's what I want you to understand. A family moving from a $430,000 home to a $720,000 home in today's 6.2% mortgage rate environment increases their monthly housing costs by $2,100 to $2,500. That's $25,000 to $30,000 per year. That money could have been invested from age 40 to 65. Compounded, that difference translates to a loss of $1.2 million to $1.7 million in retirement wealth. That home upgrade cost nearly $1.5 million from your retirement money. I'm not telling you not to buy a bigger home. I'm just saying, don't sign before you know the real price. Decision 2. Vehicles. In 2026, the average transaction price for a new car has settled into the $49,000 to $50,000 range. That's more than a 30% increase from 2019. Luxury compact SUVs average $55,000 to $65,000. A family that chooses 2 luxury vehicles at $62,000 each, instead of modest ones at $37,000, is carrying about $50,000 in extra debt. Over time, this vehicle difference costs $280,000 to $480,000 in retirement wealth. You might feel rich when you get in the car, but when you retire, that feeling will be gone, and the debt will remain. Decision 3. Children's education. Today, even a 4-year education at a state university can exceed $120,000. Out-of-state or private university. Reaching $250,000 to $350,000 is unremarkable. Some families take on parent loans exceeding $150,000. Others drain retirement accounts to finance education. Every one of these decisions means parents spending their retirement on their child's education. Children graduate with their entire careers ahead of them. Parents, meanwhile, enter their 50s with their savings depleted and almost no time to recover. Let me tell you something that might sound unusual. The best gift you can give your child is not a private university, it's a financially strong retired parent, because when your child graduates, they won't have to borrow from you. Decision 4. Career risk. Your 40s set the stage for career moves that can significantly increase income. Yet many people become increasingly risk-averse precisely during this period when they should be taking strategic risks. They've built seniority and comfort at their current workplace. Starting over feels threatening. But your 40s are the last window for income acceleration. By the time you hit 50, hiring processes affect your opportunities. Someone who takes a strategic career risk at 43 has time to recover if it doesn't work out. Someone who waits until 53 does not. The income gap between staying comfortable and chasing growth can reach $40,000 to $60,000 per year in today's market. Over 10 years, that's $400,000 to $600,000 in additional earnings. Your comfort zone might be ruining you. Decision 5. Lifestyle inflation. In your 40s, the pressure to display success is real. Colleagues are taking lavish vacations. Neighbors are renovating their kitchens, and today an average kitchen renovation can cost $80,000 to $150,000. Friends are buying boats and vacation homes. Some families resist this pressure. Others channel every income increase into visible consumption, climbing to the same level as those around them. The difference in retirement outcomes between these two approaches typically exceeds $1.2 million. And here's the one important thing I want to tell you. The social pressure is real, yes, but its source is interesting. The people who influence you most, the neighbors and coworkers whose spending causes you to upgrade your own, are actually the people undermining your retirement. Now let me give you 2 family examples. Take Marcus and Diane. They married in their late 20s. By 40, they had $220,000 in retirement savings. lived in a modest home worth $430,000 with $240,000 still on the mortgage, had two kids aged 12 and 9, and a combined income of $195,000. Marcus was influenced by a coworker living in a nicer neighborhood and pressured his wife Diane to upgrade. It would cost them $720,000. Diane hesitated at first but was eventually convinced. With a 6.2% mortgage rate, the upgrade increased their monthly expenses by $2,200. To cover this, they cut retirement contributions from 15% to 6%. Temporary, they told themselves. 2 years later, Marcus's car started having problems. They paid $62,000 for a luxury SUV, adding $870 per month to their expenses. Diane's car was replaced a year later. The kids' high school years brought private coaching, SAT prep courses, and college visits. When the first child enrolled at an out-of-state university, they took on $140,000 in parent loans. By the time this couple turned 50, their retirement accounts held only $285,000, just $65,000 more than at 40. They maxed out their 401k contributions at $34,000 per year combined. By 65, they had saved $820,000. In today's inflationary environment, the money could run out by age 82. They'll need to either sell the house, cut expenses, or work into their 70s. Now imagine yourself at that point. You're 70. You have no savings. You have to keep working. How would that feel? I want to see your answer in the comments. I'll write my own feelings in the comments too. Now stop. Same starting point, completely different ending. Kevin and Sandra were in a similar position at 40. Combined income $185,000, retirement savings $200,000, 2 kids. Kevin suggested moving to a bigger house. Sandra firmly objected. They decided to stay in their current home. That $2,200 monthly difference went directly into retirement accounts. When Kevin's car needed replacing, they bought a 3-year-old certified used car for $26,000 to $28,000. When college approached, they had an honest conversation with their kids about costs. Both children earned scholarships and went to in-state universities. By age 50, their retirement accounts held $680,000. By 65, $1.95 million. The house paid off, fully retired, planning travel, no financial anxiety. This difference didn't come from different incomes or investment skills. It came from different decisions in their 40s. Let me map out a personalized roadmap based on where you stand. If you're in your 20s or 30s, as of 2026, the annual 401k contribution limit has risen to $23,500. Set up automatic contributions and don't reduce them. If you're entering your 40s, as of 2026, the amount needed for a comfortable retirement has risen to $1.46 million. Is your housing appropriately sized? Are your vehicles transportation tools or status symbols? If you're in your late 40s, those 50 and older can contribute an extra $7,500 to their 401k. Those between 60 and 63 have a super catch-up opportunity of $11,250. Downsize your housing now, if your 40s are behind you. Delaying Social Security means 8% additional benefit for every year you wait. Now let's get to the psychological trap underlying all these decisions. Frugality in your 40s is hard because you want to enjoy success. After 20 years of work, the urge to finally live well feels completely justified. But here's the truth. The satisfaction you're seeking through lifestyle expansion offers temporary pleasure but leaves behind a permanent constraint. The upgraded house excites you for 18 months, then becomes normal. The $50,000 car adds excitement to your life for a year, then it's just a car. The discomfort of frugality in your 40s lasts 10 years, the reward lasts 30. The pleasure of extravagance lasts 2 to 3 years, the consequences last 30. Imagine yourself at 70. In one future, you're visiting your grandchildren and planning travel with your spouse. Unexpected expenses don't threaten you. In the other future, you're calculating whether your Social Security check will cover your medications. Both versions of you made their 40s decisions decades ago. Your 40s will end sooner or later. The decade will pass whether you make intentional choices or not. The only question is, which version of your 70-year-old self are you creating? Your 40s will decide everything. This isn't a burden, it's an opportunity. What topic would you like me to cover in my next video? Write it in the comments and let's work through it together. Take care of yourselves.